Hey guys, welcome to another lunchtime review. Today I'm going to try these new Jimmy Dean Delights. This is the ciabatta bread with whole grain egg whites, turkey sausage, and cheese sandwiches. The bread looks really good. There are 4 of them in the package. We bought it at Kroger. It was $8.79. It is 18.4 ounces or 521 grams. So that's for the whole box for all 4 sandwiches. Let's see. Here's your information for you. One sandwich is 260 calories. Here's the other info. And to cook these are frozen, and it actually says to keep frozen until ready to use. So maybe refrigerated to thaw if you don't refrigerate longer than 3 days. So I could sit this out in the in the refrigerator for 3 days and let them thaw out, but you don't want to let them set for more than 3 days in the refrigerator. So just keep that in mind. So I did not do that. These are completely frozen. So we're gonna remove the wrapper, wrap in a paper towel, defrost on 30% power for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So it's pretty long defrost time. Turn the sandwich over and then microwave on high for 45 seconds or until hot, and then let it stand for 2 minutes. So I'm assuming if you were to put them in the refrigerator and defrost them in the refrigerator, you would just do the microwave on high for 45 seconds. That's all you would do. You wouldn't defrost them, of course. So they do have a interesting opening. Let me turn this down a little bit. So it's got the opening. You basically open the whole top. This one looks, yeah, that one looks good. So I'm going to take this out and we'll see what they look like. Got a paper towel here. Looks like you get the bread, the sausage, the egg, the cheese, and then your top. What I'm going to do, because I know generally how these work, I'm going to take this cheese off completely until I actually cook it for the 45 seconds or so. I'll put it on there for that. I'm not going to do it for the defrost, because what usually happens is it just gets kind of runny. It just runs everywhere. So I'm going to defrost it with the bottom up, because I'm going to flip it over. But I'm going to wrap this up and get it in the microwave. I'll be back when it comes out. I'll let you know how the cheese works out. Okay, I haven't even opened the paper towel yet, so let's see. It looks good. The good thing is the cheese did not run off into a puddle. It's nice and melty, but it didn't run ever. You can see it did run a little bit. So I took it off completely while it was defrosting, put it back on for the last 45 seconds, and it melted and got hot perfectly fine. The bread feels really good. It feels like an English muffin though. I mean, it even smells like an English muffin. Doesn't quite look like an English muffin, but anyway, I'm gonna take this over the table and we'll try it out. I just literally walked over here. I didn't let it sit there and cool off or anything. I did let it sit in the microwave for maybe a minute afterwards. I know it says 2, but I let it sit for a minute. I'm just gonna take a bite right here on the corner. It looks like it has everything. I'll tell you what you really taste is, well, at first you really taste like the egg, and then you really get the sausage flavor, and you get the bread flavor too. It does have a little bit of an English muffin kind of flavor, but it doesn't have the same texture, because an English muffin is kind of tough. This is not that tough. It's more bread with a nice crust. I mean, it's a little chewy, but not like an English muffin is. It's not quite that bad. The texture of this ciabatta bread is almost between, biscuits are really thick and doughy and bready, and then English muffin is very chewy and dense and sometimes crispy. This is kind of in between. It's got some chew to it, but it's also soft. So I really do like that. One other thing I'm impressed with is, and I do like the flavor of the ciabatta bread. It's good. There's no seasoning or anything like that on it. It's just a nice bread flavor. One thing I'm also impressed with is the cheese. Normally with these kind of meals, most things in general, I don't really taste the cheese. I mean, the cheese adds maybe some texture or something like that, but unless it's a really strong cheese, you really don't taste it a lot. I actually taste this cheese. This cheese has a really nice flavor to it, and the flavors like hit at different times. So like I said, I kind of get the egg at first, then it develops into the sausage flavor, but underlying both times, it's got that kind of cheese flavor going for it as well. So I really do like that. And the sausage itself actually has some flavor. You can actually taste the sausage. We've had, or I have had some other, not Jimmy Dean's, but other brands of sausage, even regular sausage sandwiches, and you couldn't taste the sausage. The sausage was like, it was so overpowered by other things, or it just wasn't there at all. It didn't have any spices in it. You couldn't really taste it. So this, the good thing, like you would take a bite of the sausage by itself and it had some flavor, but you ate it with the actual sandwich and all the flavor was gone. So this one actually has a good flavor of sausage. You get the sausage flavor 100%. The good thing is also is it's not spicy sausage. So if you don't like spicy foods or anything like that, you'd be perfectly fine with this. You'd be fine. There's no spice in it at all. And it's a pretty decent sized breakfast sandwich, and it's only 260 calories for this, so it's pretty good. I was seeing if it changed texture any after it cooled off a little bit. It really doesn't. So what I would do, I would take these out either the night before or that morning, probably the night before, put it in the refrigerator so it has time to thaw out. That way it's not frozen, and then stick it in the microwave for the 45 seconds. The cheese I think would be okay with the 45 seconds, it's fine. It was for mine at least. That way you don't have to defrost it. I don't think the defrost really made a huge impact on it though, because sometimes the defrost will make them a little tougher, but it didn't. It seemed to be fine. So if you do want to defrost, it just takes longer. 2.5 minutes of defrost time and then 45 seconds of cook time. If you just stuck it in the refrigerator and let it thaw overnight, you could just have the 45 seconds of cook time and not worry about the defrost time. So it's up to you. It worked perfectly fine. It didn't change the texture or the flavor or anything, so it's fine. I'm actually going to give these like a 4. I'm gonna give them a 4 and a quarter out of 5. Really, it's not quite a 4.5. It's a little less than that, but I'll say it's a 4 out of 5 because I wish the sausage did have a little bit more spice to it. Maybe not hot, but just more of the seasoning. I get the sausage flavor for sure, but I wish it had a little bit more of that spice to it. But that's a personal preference for me. You might try these and think they're a 5. For me, I wish the sausage was just a little stronger, but that, like I said, that's a me thing, not a you thing. But I do think they're really, really good. If you see them in your area, definitely try them out. They're really good. $8.79 for 4 pretty decent sized sandwiches. I don't think that's too bad. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching.